Cracking, everybody. I'm at the doctor's office. I'll be here for a while. So check this out, man. I caught a little bit of Red Supreme's uh, live today. Primary subject, me. Now, he said that, he respects his elders and he hasn't called me outside my name. The only gripe I had is he said I was full of shit at the end of the conversation, but he never said that. But either way, I haven't called him outside his name, and I've been respectful because he's been respectful for me. So I haven't disrespected that man. But we do have a lot of disagreements, and tell you the truth, he's the type of person that will not admit when he's wrong about something. And again, I had talked about this, that I said about hip hop and the Puerto Ricans. I believe what I believe. I'm not saying I'm this scholar on hip hop or this expert or anything of the sort. I just had the privilege of doing an interview with Meloman Ace, which is Puerto Rican from the East Coast. And he gave us the history of hip hop. And that hip hop was started with Latinos and blacks. And I don't see anything remotely different other than the FBA saying that it was a black culture. Now, they base this a lot on, and even Red Supreme bases this on the fact that our parents told us not to associate with blacks. I don't know what family he's ever encountered, or my family never told me that. Yes, my father was racist to a certain extent. And what I mean by that is he went to prison and he came out with the mentality of fighting with the blacks, and you get like that in prison. If you've been in prison, you get like that where you learn to hate. Doesn't matter who it is, you just learn to hate. So, and Red Supreme's thinking, he thinks that the raza is to blame for everything, that we are always the cause of the problem, that we're puffing out our chest all the time, and we just attack them because we want to be like them. That's Red Supreme's thinking. Let me explain something. When I was in the county in the early 80s, I started going to the county in the early 80s. Raza used to get jumped. We were short. We were short like you wouldn't believe. And it was maybe like 2 or 3 of us to a dorm maybe, and there would be hundreds of blacks. And they would bully. They would attempt to bully us, and there was many times that I got jumped personally by the blacks. I've been put in dorms where they write F Mexicans on the wall. So you can't tell me that it's a one way. It's a one way. You can't tell me that you know for a fact that our parents are telling us, oh, you can't have a black, or don't talk to a black person. That doesn't happen in our, whether you realize it or not, you are not our main priority in life. That's my biggest gripe with Red Supreme, is he feels that everything is based on race. And it's not. Everything is not based on the color of your skin. At some point, you have to understand it's about individuals. Like, you want to take the credit for, like I said, you want to validate yourself by saying that we were the first ones to do an open heart surgery, the blacks. We're the first to do an open heart surgery. that you were the first to do a transfusion, but you fail to acknowledge that a white person taught you that, or taught that person that. They educated them that. What's wrong with that? It's the same thing, I'm sure, with the music. Is maybe you were taught, and not you specifically, but blacks were taught a certain something that twisted into hip hop. Doesn't make it mean that you're the ones that invented it, that you created it. You try to take away from everybody else on what they're doing or their contributions. You know, I was looking at your feed, your comment section, and you have a lot of blacks from your FBA claiming to be Native Americans. And you talk about me about being Mexican. My tribe is called Pomo. It's out of Northern California. I know you didn't see that coming. I am Pomo. That's why I don't speak Spanish. I do have Mexican blood in me. I'm what they call a Chicano. I grew up in Southern California. My neighborhood's in, which is probably true, one of the most racist cities in Southern California, Burbank. Yeah, I know about Burbank. I also know that there's a lot of blacks in Burbank now that walk around freely. Nobody tells them nothing. See, you said that I could walk down any black area and not get handled. I beg to differ. I got a homeboy that we buried. My homeboy Little Wolfie. He parked his car in the wrong street. If he would have parked the next block over, he would have been fine. He parked his car on the wrong street in South Central, somewhere where East Coast was at. And he got gunned down. I parked my truck one time on a certain block, and they broke my window when I was coming out of the truck, because based on the color of my skin. There was 3 Mexicanos, paisas, not even gang members, paisas. They were working a catering truck in South Central, and the Bloods ran up in there and killed them all. Then we have another incident where there were 3 brothers in South Central that got gunned down because they were paisas. And I know this for a fact because it was my wife's cousins. You're always talking about what raza does to Mexican or to the blacks, but you never bring up the fact that blacks do it back. That's why I said it's not completely truthful to say that we don't do nothing or that we haven't done anything, that my raza hasn't attacked the blacks, but it's gone both ways. And it's hypocritical for you to say that it doesn't, that you just sit there and idly by and get attacked. You're screaming at the top of your lungs about reparations. Reparations this, reparations that, right? But yet, you complain that the Native Americans get reparations, right? You complain that reparations from Native Americans. But you claim to be Native American. Make up your mind. You got reparations or you didn't. You can't have it both ways. Say, oh, we're Native American. And then say that we need reparations because we're black. It doesn't go both ways. I'm Native American. Half American, Native American, half Mexican. I never want to say Mexicans. My raza, I'm indigenous. I'm a Chicano. I was born and raised in California. My mother and father were born and raised in California. My mother's grandparents or parents were born in Mexico. Okay? That's where my lineage comes from. My father's from up in Northern California. Okay, but you don't see me crying about the Native American reparations for them. You don't see me telling anybody I got something coming because of the color of my skin. But see, that's why I get into it with you, because, and I'm not being disrespectful, but the simple fact that you got people in your comments. I have never heard you say it, but I'm sure you do, because most FBA will say they're indigenous to this land. They're native, and that it's all made up to make you look like, to hide your glory of being black. And they got reparations because they lost land, there was genocide. Anything you can do wrong to the Native Americans were done wrong to my people. But you claim that you're my people. But then they're still asking for reparations. Why? You already got it, right? Because you're Native American. Make up your mind. This is the kind of thing that I don't like, and this is the kinds of things I see. You talk about my people, Mexicanos, coming, illegal immigrations. You forget to tell everybody that this is stolen land. This land was stolen from Mexico. This land was stolen. This was all one land, from South America all the way up north. This was all one land. Okay. My people, Native Americans, were slaughtered by the millions. We were enslaved. Whatever you can do to a Native American, they did it. Anything that you had done to you, they had it done worse to the Native Americans. And like I said, you can't have it both ways, man. Have a blessed one.